Welcome back to 40 Miner, and yeah, an update just happened out of nowhere. Well, not really out of nowhere, it's just an update happened and no one really knew, especially me. I didn't even know it happened. I did see that Steam had to update 40 Miner, but nothing big changed, or so I thought at first. So as you can see, 40 Miner doesn't really look any different, and not only that, but I just realized the last video I made on this actually was part of the new update. Like, that update happened before I made that, and I didn't even realize. It's so weird. I can't believe that happened. So when I go to New World, it wants for the New World name, seed, as we had before, but now we have flat worlds and the ability to generate caves and their size and biome size and amplification. So, like, when were they in the game? And don't worry, I will be going through all of these plus some other stuff that I have found. So you would want to watch this if you didn't know that this update existed, or unless you actually have money and pay for the Patreon, then this would have happened. This update would have came out like last year sometime. But we're gonna have a look at the flat world, so it doesn't really matter about cave generation. I'm just gonna turn it off. New world, I'm just gonna call it. There you go, very flat. I don't know if I'm gonna come back to it or not, but there it is. World seed, it really doesn't matter at all, so I'm just gonna leave it blank. And here you go. As you can see, it's a flat world. It's, well, I mean, there's nothing more to it than this. But then there's also a whole bunch of chests here, which you're probably wondering what is inside. And it's just anything you might ever need. There are blue lenses, there's deadly bars, hammer, ice, red flowers, chests, grass, etc. You know what I mean. But then there's also lava. Now, you can't get lava in normal 40 Miner. This is only in this flat world. You cannot obtain it normally. And it's so weird because you can place it, and there it is. You don't die by it, by the way. And you can't really place anything on top. It kind of just places through it like it's not really there. If I wanted to build on top of it, all I got to do is this. Also, the moon definitely looks different, and I'm pretty sure the clouds look different, and the sun looks different. I'm pretty sure, but yeah. Anyway, so to build it up, you just do this, and you can walk inside it completely like I am, and you can kind of see through the world. You can just see through the world, like under the ground, and there's a bit of dirt here, but you can see through it for some reason, and you can just like walk in and out. I guess it can be used as like a secret doorway, especially to those who don't know about this currently. It's weird, and I would have thought I would have died, but in order to die, you buy the lava. Well, I guess it's not really lava. Basically, just dig down till you get lava, which is just this game's equivalent of bedrock, and then you jump into it, and then I guess you just fall until you hit a certain point, and then you die to the void, I guess. So that there's that. But not only can you now place lava, which you can only do in the flat world, but there are also pumpkins. Like, literally, there are pumpkins. I think this was added during when it was Halloween, whenever it was. And yeah, there are literally just pumpkins. But not only that, but there are jack-o'-lanterns, because you can't have pumpkins without jack-o'-lanterns. They look really cool. If it was night, I would show you that they glow in the dark. Also, there's the sun. It does look different, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I think these are the only two new blocks. I mean, I only know because I've just searched the chest, and these are the only two new things other than the lava. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else. Like, I haven't read this anywhere or anything, so I don't really know I don't really know everything that's new, other than the fact that I just found out that there are flat worlds now. But not only that, there are some different things. So if I go to settings, there are some different stuff in settings. Like, I went to controls, and apparently you can take screenshots. So you press F2. I'm not going to do it, but if you press F2, it's going to take a screenshot. Actually, I might as well. I can just delete it. I pressed it, and it doesn't really appear like anything happened. I checked the desktop and some files, and there were no screenshots were not there for some reason. I don't really know why. So that doesn't work. But you can also hold down M or the scroll button, and oh, that looks really weird. But you can hold down the scroll button or M and change the perspective rapidly like this, and it kind of looks really cool. I wish I had a compass, so I'll try and reset myself and get a compass. So when I scroll like this, the facing direction kind of changes. It changes a little bit, but then obviously turning like this changes it as well. I don't know, it just looks really wacky. And as you can see, the compass, it's actually going, like spinning around quite a lot. Like if I change my perspective or just where I'm looking, it's going to look different. If I try again, it's going to look different. I don't know. There is also turning these off and on. I don't know if they were there before, I can't remember. And then there's also a very super secret 5D mode. This I've already seen and it is absolutely insane. You have to look at it. Yeah, that's all I'm going to show you. But yeah, it actually just sends you to a Rickroll, which is hilarious. So yeah, that's the super secret 5D mode. It's super secret, it's OP, you have to click it every time. Yeah, that's literally all it does. Alright, so new world. It's not going to be flat this time. I'm going to turn cave generations off and put the biome size all the way to the max and terrain amplification all the way to the minimum just to see what happens. I'm just going to mess around with the amplified stuff and show you what happens. But let's see what this turns out to be. Oh, what the heck? So it's completely flat. And I would assume each biome is absolutely giant. Now, I guess to me this kind of gives me a bit of more of a Minecrafty feel because Minecraft's a lot flatter than 40 Miner is. 40 Miner is typically quite hilly, but this biome is going on forever. This is a bit more realistic to the real world, I suppose. It just needs some big hills every now and then. But yeah, this is pretty much it. It looks really cool, actually. I actually think this is really nice to look at. If you wanna create a survival world and use it for building or something like that, I actually do recommend this. This is probably the best I can recommend. Maybe make the biome size a lot smaller, but put amplification on the terrain down. Alright, we're going to do the absolute opposite this time. Terrain amplification to the max, biome size to the minimum, that is the minimum 10%. And no caves. Let's see what this turns out to be. And oh wow, okay. So this is a desert right next to this midnight biome, which is right next to this green biome, which is a lot bigger than everything else, by the way. And then there's this tiny tree, which is new. I don't think we had these kinds of trees already. I think this is new. I'm just trying to see if there's wood. I don't remember if it's new or not. If it is, well, that's also new. Just doesn't seem familiar to me. I don't know, but this is so wacky. I want to try and get to the top of one of these cliffs. This mountain is actually above the teleporting spot, so if I teleport, I'm going to be underground, which I realize I might have just broken myself. Also, this is a new song right now that's playing. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I wasn't sick of the other ones. I think they're great, but this is also a great one. Alright, we're going to go again, but I'm going to put biome size at minimum and terrain amplification at minimum and see what this looks like. And yeah, this is pretty much what I was expecting. Grass pretty much everywhere with the very occasional snowy patch and the very occasional purple patch. And it looks like all of the sand is always within the midnight biome, which is something I didn't notice before. And it seems to be consistent. Like, I don't think there's any sand that's touching the grass biome. And at that, there's no snow touching the midnight biome. Well, maybe other than a tiny corner. But you know what I mean? The generation has it so the desert is within the midnight and the snow is within the grassy area. So that's interesting. Also, this wood here, if I just quickly grab a stick, this music is actually really cool. I think it fits in pretty well. like it's calming, like Minecraft is, but then also mysterious at the same time. So I think that's really nice. But there you go, there's the hammer. I had to wait quite a while for that, and I moved away from where I was before. Oh, here it is. I know I can just change the perspective, but I cannot be bothered. Alright, this wood is actually just the same as this wood, so nothing different. So as you can kind of see, it looks the same. In fact, I think the textures might be different. I can't believe I missed this update. This is unreal. Yeah, I think the textures have updated for both of these types of wood, so that's cool. Alright, now it's time to put the caves on. I'm going to do cave sizes. We'll do cave size maximum, terrain amplification maximum, and bio size maximum as well. Let's see what this is going to create. Anyway, totally got distracted there. I think I'm just going to split this into two parts. One, a challenge where lava is everywhere, and two, apparently there's an update video, and I'm going to make them both this outro. So yeah, that's just because I'm lazy, and you're lazy too, and I'm lazy 3. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Check out my other content, and I'll see ya.